Hi everyone, I'm Mark Kashkiri, President of the GBTA Board of Directors. Thanks for joining us for this year's annual business meeting. Whether you're here live or catching the replay, I really appreciate you taking the time to be part of it. Today is all about looking back at 2024, a year where we made real progress and achieved some great things together as a community. After the meeting, you'll be able to find the full presentation on the GBTA website under the About section, and we'll also post the video on our YouTube channel so you can revisit it or share it with your teams. This is our chance to outline, celebrate the milestones we've hit, the momentum we've built, and the people who've helped make it all happen. In 2024, GBTA kept moving forward with purpose and with people at the heart of everything that we do. Our mission has stayed clear and consistent to bring value to our members through community, learning, and advocacy. And it's your continued involvement, your energy, your ideas, your support that keeps us moving. Whether it's our members, our volunteer leaders, or our partners, GBTA's strength comes from the people who power it. This past year, we grew our global community, introduced fresh learning opportunities, and made sure our industry's voice was heard where it matters most among policymakers around the world, and 2024 really brought that to life. We connected across regions through in-person and virtual events, launched new programs and resources, and stayed focused on advocacy that makes a difference. We also continued to lead with insights, sharing research and thought leadership to help shape a smarter, more resilient future for business travel. Behind the scenes, we stayed committed to financial responsibility and transparent governance, because delivering value also means earning and keeping your trust. Thanks to your support, GBTA is not just keeping pace, we're evolving, innovating, and celebrating the progress we're making together. Finally, I want to take the moment to recognize and sincerely thank our current board of directors. Over the past year, they've brought their expertise, dedication, and energy to the table, and it's made a real difference. And on a personal note, I'll admit it's a little bittersweet for me. In just a couple of weeks, I'll be handing over the reins to the next president of the board. It's been an incredible journey, 2 years leading this board and over 5 years serving on it. I'm deeply proud of what we've accomplished together and incredibly grateful for the opportunity to have played a part in it, representing you and our industry. Please do stay with us through to the end of today's presentation, as I'll be announcing the newly elected or re-elected members of the board. And now it's my pleasure to hand things over to Suzanne Neufang, CEO of GBTA. Suzanne, over to you.
Thank you, Mark. We've accomplished so much under your leadership, and I really appreciate these years working with you. Thank you so much. Now, everyone, let me start by walking through some of the highlights for GBTA for the calendar year 2024, including our association financials, as well as other key metrics, milestones, and achievements. We'll also preview what's coming up for the rest of 2025, where there's so much more to come. Let's first take a look at GBTA's financials and other key metrics for the year 2024. Financial health and transparent governance, as Mark said, continue to be GBTA's priority, and the same was true in 2024. Both are vital in keeping the association strong to serve our members and the industry itself. On the upper left, you'll see that as of December 31st, 2024, the association reported total assets of $19.4 million and liabilities of $5.2 million. This resulted in a strong net asset position of $14.2 million. On the upper right, you can see that compared to 2023, net assets increased by $2.6 million due to strong operational performance, as well as market gains on our investments and reserves. Across the bottom of this slide in 2024, on an operational basis, Our association generated $22.5 million in revenue and $21.3 million in expenses, resulting in a $1.2 million positive change in net assets. This amount excludes market gains we realized on investment reserves, as well as the federal employee retention credit, which GBTA successfully received in 2024, both of which were non-operational in nature. Financially, overall, as you can see, GBTA had a very good year in 2024. Our annual convention, along with other key events and offerings, performed well as we continued to grow and expand in several regions, including Asia. Additionally, membership continued to grow as we not only attracted new members, but also increased membership retention rates, thanks to our mission and diverse offerings. Now, in addition to our financials, there are many other metrics which we track at GBTA to track and benchmark our year, the progress we're making, and the impact we're having as an association. Here are a few of those. In 2024, total global membership, including GBTA and chapters, grew to over 8,900 worldwide, representing a strong 7.8% increase over 2023. We continue to grow globally and attract new members, increasing GBTA's presence and footprint around the world. Last year, 52% of members were in the US and 48% were non-US based, versus 55% and 45% respectively in 2023. We also maintained a balanced mix in our global membership between direct and allied members, or buyers and suppliers, as these membership categories are also known. In 2024, direct members represented 42% of our membership, with allied members at 58%. As evidence of GBTA's continuing to deliver member value and increasing loyalty, we saw our membership retention rates grow by over 6% in 2024 to 74.3%, up from 70% the year before. We continue to bring our members and industry what they most seek from industry engagement, which includes opportunities for learning and connection. These remained front and center for GBTA throughout 2024. Over the course of the year, we delivered more than 529 hours of learning, an increase of 23% over 2023. Those learning opportunities reached nearly 25,000 industry professionals through global events, webinars, online viewings, and GBTA Academy sessions. Reflecting our community's daily engagement, there were over 42,000 online interactions last year in our GBTA Hub, which is available exclusively to GBTA members. Our members continued to support and learn from each other in meaningful ways, from sharing insights and solving challenges to accessing valuable resources. Thank you to all of you who contribute to our GBTA member community and contributed in 2024. Your participation and expertise are what make the GBTA network so vibrant and relevant every day. And while 2024 was a strong year by the numbers, it was also a year of meaningful progress in other ways for both GBTA and the GBTA Foundation. Together, we advanced our joint mission, expanded our impact, and laid the groundwork for continued growth and innovation. Let's start with our first pillar, community. 2024 represented a year of growth, innovation, and deeper global engagement across the GBTA community. Enabling in-person connections continues to be one of the most valuable GBTA benefits mentioned in survey after survey by our members and industry constituents. Last year, GBTA hosted 46 in-person events around the world, from conferences to roadshows to topic-specific educational offerings, collectively attracting more than 12,000 attendees. Our Sustainability Summit, which was co-located with our Europe conference in Copenhagen last year, drew more than 800 participants, which was a new record. We also launched smaller, locally focused events, including new business travel forums in Canada and Latin America. In APAC and Europe in 2024, we expanded our global presence with new GBTA leaders, advisory boards, and committees, and we also welcomed new US chapters in Nevada and South Carolina. In the GBTA Hub, we introduced a new supplier marketplace, bringing the value and benefits of connection to all of our members. Next comes our pillar around learning. GBTA continues to evolve here to serve the needs of our members and will keep evolving as the industry itself evolves in this critical area of industry education, lifelong learning, and professional development. A key source for learning and thought leadership is GBTA's research. These insights continue to be highly sought after by our members, as well as by policymakers, trade, and even general media. From our long published annual business travel index forecast covering global spending to the US economic impact study, which we refreshed last year, delivering relevant data, analysis, and insights for our industry continues to be a top priority for GBTA. Helping industry professionals be their best and stay ahead of what's next is also vital for ongoing professional development. In 2024, GBTA served over 600 advanced academy learners and industry professionals who learned, earned, and renewed their Global Travel Professional or GTP certification, or earned another academy credential. We're also expanding our educational programming around the world. In 2024, we launched the Fundamentals of Business Travel Management course in APAC and piloted a new program for university students in Belgium. Finally, along with multiple educational offerings offered at every regional GBTA conference throughout the year, our annual convention continued to be the unmatched place for learning, with 86 education sessions offered last year across those 3 days for our 5,400 attendees. And those attendees gave us record high satisfaction scores directly related to these education and learning experiences. Now, in our third pillar, advocacy, very important, of course. GBTA is proud to be the only global business travel focused trade group that covers advocacy with such breadth and investment. And with 2024 a critical election year in so many places around the world, it was indeed a pivotal year for GBTA's advocacy efforts as well. We established and promoted clear business travel policy priorities in both the US and the European Union, aligning our efforts with key legislative agendas on both sides of the Atlantic. And GBTA's member engagement and voice were indeed strong. We held nearly 200 meetings with policymakers. This included 90 GBTA members participating in our annual US Legislative Summit in Washington, D.C. in June of 2024, and our European Advisory Board members joining us for a March 2024 series of meetings in Brussels. We also continued to advocate for a sustainable future for our sector, including partnering with the SAF Coalition to push for sustainable aviation fuel tax credits. These efforts led to real results. We influenced the US FAA reauthorization bill and brought attention to visa backlogs and TSA funding in the US. In the EU, we added our voice to progressing initiatives on passenger rights and emission standards. And we also kept our members informed and involved, hosting webinars that included some up to over 450 participants on topics such as changing border crossing rules and publishing 24 advocacy newsletters, which reached more than 10,000 GBTA constituents with each edition. The GBTA Foundation was reestablished in 2022 as GBTA's charitable arm and has since focused on supporting progress for people and planet within the business travel industry. In 2024, our foundation impact continued to grow. On the people side, the foundation made strides in supporting leadership parity for women in our industry and continued to foster our industry's next generation in business travel through the Ladders program. We also advanced travel accessibility awareness through the launch of an important new accessibility toolkit. On the planet side last year, in addition to the broad reach of the Sustainability Summit that I already mentioned, the Foundation rolled out much requested sustainable business travel procurement standards, as well as promoted increasing sustainable practices through the first ever Global Acceleration Challenge. Thanks to the unwavering support of our 43 donors, as well as partners, passionate leaders, and dedicated volunteers, the GBTA Foundation used 2024 to drive meaningful impact, ensuring that business travel remains resilient and sustainable well into the future. As we reflect on these important milestones for our foundation, I'd like to take a moment to also express our appreciation to the Foundation's volunteer board of directors. Their support and strategic guidance have been instrumental in advancing our mission of fostering a strong future workforce and promoting sustainable practices within the business travel industry. And speaking of sustainability, it was also a year when we continued to advance greener approaches in our own GBTA activities. We put staff travel policies in place to facilitate better options, such as more sustainable flights, a new rail policy, and a greener ground transportation policy. For our GBTA events and conferences, we partnered with net zero carbon events to track and offset carbon emissions for the first time, while also ensuring that our events consistently offered better options for both people and planet. And to round out our review of 2024, I also want to recognize our GBTA Allied Leadership Council. Representing our most committed supplier partners, the ALC plays a vital role in representing the allied or supplier community and strengthening GBTA's offerings across our key pillars. Their insights in 2024 help to ensure that we're meeting the evolving needs of business travel customers, supplier teams, and their core businesses. Just like our buyer members, these supplier voices are essential in shaping the future of business travel. We're deeply grateful for their continued support in advancing GBTA's mission locally, nationally, regionally, and globally. So now let's take a look at what lies ahead for the rest of this year at GBTA. The board of directors and our GBTA team remain focused on our 3-year outlook and strategic objectives. For the industry, GBTA continues to champion the value of business travel, advocating for resilience, innovation, and strategic relevance across the corporate landscape. Along with our foundation, we're also focused on attracting new talent and equipping them with the knowledge to thrive in managed travel. For the association, we're expanding member and sponsor value, deepening global engagement, and investing in the people and resources needed to drive both association and industry goals forward. Staying aligned to a clear vision is very important as a member organization, and we continue to make strides in all of these areas. And on a near horizon, we're less than 2 weeks away from the premier event in global business travel, our GBTA convention. We hope all of you have made plans to join us July 21st through the 23rd in Denver for our annual gathering of over 5,000 industry professionals from the US and around the world. Every year, we frame this convention around what matters most, and we know that connection is key. Across 3 days, attendees will have 10 hours of networking time on the expo floor, as well as gain important insights and inspiration from 3 main stage general sessions. Learning is front and center with our lineup of this year, nearly 100 education sources, all peer-reviewed and organized within 16 tracks. And what's new? Travel managers will have new exclusive opportunities to connect through Buyer Buzz on Monday morning and exclusive buyer brain dates Monday through Wednesday at various times. On day 1, on Monday, we open the show with Expo for the first time, including new and expanded pavilions that include groups and meetings, AI and innovation, and destination experiences. And later that evening, our welcome reception invites all attendees to come together in the convention center's new Bluebird Ballroom, including the amazing and adjacent outdoor terrace and foyer. Within education on Tuesday and Wednesday mornings, we've added 2 new tracks on AI, as well as on workforce of the future. And there's a lot more that you won't want to miss. So we look forward to seeing all of you in Denver. Finally, as I conclude this year's annual business portion, I wanted to leave you with a snapshot of our remaining 2025 events. These are all opportunities for more community learning and advocacy engagement. So please join us. Thanks for your kind attention. And now I'll turn it back over to you, Mark.
Thanks so much, Suzanne. Now it's my pleasure to share the results of this year's GBTA Board of Directors election. The board plays a vital role in steering the direction and, The board plays a vital role in steering the direction of our association, helping to shape our mission and ensure we're meeting the evolving needs of the business travel industry. Their leadership, insights, and commitment are what keeps us moving forward. Serving on the board is a unique opportunity to make a real impact our members play a key role too, by voting each year and helping shape the future of GBTA through their voice and their choices. The elections process for 2025 began in late March with the call for nominations and ended yesterday when voting closed. GBTA direct and allied members in good standing were eligible to vote for open board seats. And I want to thank everyone who took part, whether you put your name forward as a candidate or cast your vote. We had 17 outstanding candidates running for 8 open positions, an incredible show of commitment and leadership from across our industry. The new directors announced today will begin serving their terms on July 23rd, right after the close of convention in Denver. Now, I'm pleased to announce that the candidate elected president is Rosemary Maloney, Senior Director, Corporate Travel, Freeman. The candidate elected vice president is Alison Rogan, Head of Travel, Events and Expense Management, HSBC. The candidate elected to fill the one available direct member seat for Director at Large is Christina Rickelt, Senior Manager, Global Travel Procurement, Regeneral. The candidate elected as the first ever voting regional director for APAC is Amanaf Laudas, India Travel Lead and Global Crisis and Compliance, Accenture Solutions. The candidate re-elected as Regional Director Canada is Liz Oliveira, Global Travel Manager, OMERS. The candidate elected as the first ever voting Regional Director for LATAM is Joyce Masieri, Global Travel Manager, Minerva Foods. The candidates elected to fill the 2 open allied member Director at Large seats are Laura Chules, Senior Director, Global Sales EMEA, Global Hotel Alliance, and Lindsay Straub, Global Head of Sales, FCM Travel. Congratulations to the elected and re-elected board members who will start their term on July the 23rd at the close of convention. And thank you once again to all who ran and to those who voted. Your engagement is what makes our association truly valuable, truly special. Now we also have 2 new board members who were elected by their respective councils to serve as president and, as per our bylaws, earn a seat on the GBTA Board of Directors. For the Chapter President's Council, or CPC, we welcome their new president. Michelle Amos, Travel and Expense Meetings and Events Manager, Qualtrics. And for the Allied Leadership Council, or ALC, we welcome their new president to our board of directors, Edward Galvin, Vice President and Head of North America B2B Commercial Payment Sales, Visa. We look forward to the contributions and leadership of this GBTA Board of Directors for the remainder of 2025 and through first half of 2026. As we wrap up today's annual business meeting, I really want to take a moment to reflect on what truly drives GBTA forward, our global community. Every day we see the power of our collective voices coming together to shape the future of business travel. It's that shared commitment that makes GBTA what it is. To our members, volunteers, board, committees, councils, chapters, and of course, the incredible GBTA team, thank you. Your passion and dedication are what keeps this organization thriving. Thank you as well for joining us today, for being part of the annual business meeting, and for your engagement in the 2025 board election. I look forward to seeing many of you in Denver or at a GBTA event somewhere around the world very soon. Thank you.